And here we go again. Hello, peoples. How are ya? Another night, another book, another episode of Night Court Narrative.
Doesn't
I'm
it sound
Aqua.
like he just does like a shit ton of drugs before we start?
Listen here. Homeboy sometimes need drugs for some of the shit we read.
Oh, I don't even think I took my sleep medicine.
Oh.
And I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
Yeah, go ahead and take that.
Okay. But hello, I'm Elvish.
Hello, everybody. I totally do not take drugs. But I do drink copious amounts of caffeine.
Oh shit, I may have already taken a sleep medicine, so I may have just taken two.
Uh-oh. Well, at least you'll be extra sleepy tonight. You're gonna catch some extra Z's.
I guess. And watch, I'm gonna be up the entire night. Cause insomnia.
It's well, I guess it's just the flip of a coin, I guess, to see who wins: sleep medicine or insomnia.
Pretty much.
The fight of the century.
But yeah.
Speaking of fights, this book that we read today.
Okay, so
yours.
listen.
I think this might be a short episode, honestly.
Yeah. So this is Spookily Yours by Jennifer Chipman. Hands down, I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna start nice. Hands down, one of the best covers that I've ever seen a book have.
It is a very cute cover.
Very deceiving. Not very mindful.
Yeah. Maybe if it wasn't so soft.
I don't think that's the word we should use right now, but okay. So
oh boy. There's a can of worms here today, guys.
Oh my god. So I mean, I guess to start off with, the book is kind of slow at the beginning, kind of interesting, I'm not gonna lie. Ideally, basically, this witch finds a cat at a shelter. She ends up going to the shelter because she talks about how she lost her own cat, a while back, and her sister's kind of like pushing her to get a new one. So she goes, she's like, you know what, I like this cat here. Everyone at the shelter is like, no, he's like a demon cat. Don't get him. The fuck? So she's like, whatever.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Lilo and Stitch.
Yes, it actually did.
it reminded me of Lilo and Stitch.
Like, are you sure you want that one?
That one? It starts picking his nose with his tongue. Hi.
And like, she takes him home, everything goes well, and boom, bam, it's a man. He starts talking to her, basically says, you know what, I can talk, yes, you're not crazy, maybe you are, who knows, and then convinces her to do a spell to make him a man again, and that's technically kind of where the book both starts and ends.
For the most part, but wait, there's more. He's not just a man, he's a demon.
Oh, like the demon's son.
Yeah,
he's like the demon lord's son. Yeah.
yeah, he's a prince, but he's a half or okay, well, he's a son, but he has a half brother. There's some more familial things going on there, but that's kind of beside the point of the book. You learn it way after a whole bunch of just filler. It feels like this book was nothing but filler episodes.
Oh, absolutely. So, like, if you don't like watching the filler episodes of anime, this book is not for you. But
you will cringe and die.
However, chapter 15 all the way until chapter 23 is a badass drinking game. Every time they say this, every time they say that, every time they say this, take a fucking shot. By the time you're at chapter 16, you'd be shit-faced. Fantastic for the holidays.
Wait, this... it just dawned on me when you told me that earlier. Oh my god, they did say that a lot.
Well, they said there were at least like 7 words that were repeated over and over. And we can't say the words here. You can't say the
Yeah,
words on the tubes, but
too. Which we might have to bleep out the unhealth care, the unsubscribe from life word, because I just realized we can't use that word either.
I don't even remember when you said that.
That was it. You'll remember it here in a few.
It's fine. But
It's dolphin noises.
so, yes. So for anyone watching this, 21 and older, chapter 15 through 23, you don't even need to read the rest of the book. Don't even read the rest of the book. Like, literally start on chapter 15. You don't need story. There is no plot. There is no story in this book. So just start at chapter 15, go to chapter 23, and record yourselves, because you're going to need to remember what happened the night before.
Yeah. I mean, there's plot in between, but it's the quote unquote winky face, blush plot type of plot. So if you're there for some spice, like soft, mild, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It was very, I don't know. It was a lot. It was over and over, just non-stop plot or spice.
So let me just say though, chapter 15 though, it was actually kind of nice. I actually kind of liked it, only because you typically get like the spice scene, but in other books they overdo it and they just make it awkward and everything. Chapter 15 specifically, I didn't feel like it was really awkward. Like, it was very real, if that makes sense.
Natural.
Yeah, it was.
No.
And then 16 happened, and then 17 happened, and then 18 happened, and then 20, 21, and 22 happened, and then 23 happened, and finally, I'm like, holy shit, can this end? And then the epilogue finally blessed us.
Yeah. I remember you messaging me on Discord and be like, oh, finally.
Do you remember the gif I put of like the penguin
Yes.
slowly closing his laptop?
Yes, I remember. It was so good.
So like chapter 15 was very natural and I did really like it. Like, if you're wanting like a genuine like spicy scene, that was okay. That was fine. And then it was the same scene every chapter. Every chapter.
Yeah. I get it. Two people in love can't stop touching each other.
It's been 3 weeks.
I get it.
3 weeks.
I now understand why you were saying 3 weeks.
It was only 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They're like, I love you and I need to be with you or in you or on you. It's been 3 weeks.
To be fair, they put a Risan and they put a whole Risan and what's her name?
Feyre.
Euphara motif, the bonded thing, the mate thing, which is fine.
They did.
Yeah,
Oh,
which is
God.
fine. I do okay. Guess I'm a scrub because I do like that sort of thing. I think that's amazing. Star-crossed lovers, yay! We're
I do when it's
fated,
done
yay.
well.
Yes, and this is like a light version of that, or like it's like a Walmart version of it. It was cute at first. It was very cute at first, and then it got drowned out a lot. I was hoping for like more plot. I thought there was gonna be like a little action, but not of the spice action. I thought like maybe combative, some working behind the scenes. I mean, there was magic and stuff involved, but the only time they
Barely.
used magic was to just decurse the Damien, which is the demon.
But
The
no.
cat. That was
So-
it. And the occasional levitate a scone into my mouth, and had copious amounts of sugar, which is funny because all that sugar part when they were like at the festival, I was working out listening to that part. So I'm just here trying to get these gains for
My
these
God.
noodles that I call the arms, and listening to her just eat all this candy. Not gonna lie, I was laughing to myself in front of a whole bunch of other people. Of the fact that what I'm listening to is just overload on sugar. I felt my blood sugar spike hearing all this,
No, honestly. And I
And-
guess
which was fine. I thought it was fun, but it's just funny. I'm working out listening to this. It's great.
okay, so like, don't get me wrong though. I'm gonna circle back to that in 2 seconds. Like, the beginning of this book was actually pretty decent. It was maybe until like
Yes.
chapter 5 or 6 it started slowing down, and then from 6 to 15 it's like, okay, like what are we doing here? And then 15 hit, you're like, oh, okay, like this might be getting a little bit better. 16 through the end, you're just like, when will this fucking book end?
Yeah, it became stagnant. It had a good recipe for like a nice little roller coaster ride. You know, it was going up, and then it kind of went down a bit, and it went back up again, and then it went down and just stayed still, and then it went up, and then leveled out again. You know, which is fine because the ending's the ending. You're supposed to level out. That's when you get off the ride. You know, that's when your 5 cents are over.
Oh my god! And then it wasn't even. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna put a pin in that.
The ending.
Okay, we're putting a pin in that. Also, I feel really bad. Everyone say hi to Violet.
Hi.
We forgot to say hi to Violet, and I feel really bad. Anywho, if you guys were gonna...
My little violent kid.
So if you don't know necessarily what Aqua was talking about by like the Rhysand Feyre mating bond, so that's from ACOTAR. We have almost the entire series uploaded. If you want to go back watch those, I would recommend it. Fantastic. But no, so in this book they have this whole like, we're mated, we've been mated for life, I've been just trying to find you. And then they do the whole talking down the bond thing where they have like the talking in each other's minds and shit. And I'm sorry, I know I even mentioned it to Aqua, like we were messaging each other like before the podcast, and I'm just like, okay, I understand what they're trying to do, and I'm not trying to be biased because of how much I love ACOTAR, but it's just like they were trying, I feel like she was trying so hard to take inspiration from it, but it just wasn't done correctly, and it just kind of made me like roll my eyes a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And I kind of thought the same thing too, because I just kept thinking of ACOTAR the entire time.
Right.
And I think there could have been some uniqueness to it that they could have had with the whole, demon thing. Maybe introduce some other things. There's only witches and demons. Clearly there's more other things there. Like they could have made up some lore or something like that. Like, it's not just demons who do bonds. Werewolves do it too. Or have someone else in the middle, a third party that's like, basically, they could have gone full Twilight, except with the demon.
Well, and then that's what we were, I mean, I'm going to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying too. I was kind of hoping there was going to be a little bit of action, because we never once got to see the witch that cursed him in the first place.
Yeah. Unless it was like, for a while, I thought it was actually her sister, Luna.
Me
the main girl is Willow, and I thought it was Luna because the way you keep saying, "Oh, it's her," it's her. Then you found that, oh no, it's just because the two sisters just happen to be the two brothers, is both fated.
And that is the dumbest. Fine. No, it's not fine. To me,
it's fine, but I see how it's
the dumbest shit I have ever seen. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean... So, like, if you haven't watched any of our other videos, if this is the first video you're seeing, I am never this way. I am never... Like, I'm always super positive. I understand how hard it is to write a book, so I never want to shit on the author. And I'm trying not to shit on the author here, but oh my god. Like, you couldn't have thought of anything better than, oh... wow, my brother's here. He's an evil demon. Oh, look, he's also mated to your sister. And guess what? I'm a demon and I'm mated to you. Like, it was so, like, copy paste, and, like, it was just horrible.
Yeah, there could have been more. For me personally, I'm okay with it. Because it's nice. I like happy endings. All right, let's just face it. I'm sappy. I like happy endings. I like everything being tied up in a bow. God.
But I don't want to predict everything by chapter 2. If it's a 23 chapter book, I don't want to predict everything by chapter 2, because then I'm just wasting my time.
I was really hoping that there was some conflict in there, besides the whole fact that the time clock thing, and supposedly the brother Zane, or what's his face, Belphegor, and that's probably Zane. He was actually already meeting Luna it would have been nice to see their perspective like once or twice, or see something going on that be like, oh, it just turns out it was them too. It's like, oh, okay, well that's kind of convenient, but at least we got to see part of it, or for a moment think, oh, there's something else going on here. Something's going after
Well,
me.
and then that's
Maybe
the
there's
thing
something
too.
secret.
Yeah.
There could have been like not trying to crap on the right or anything like that. I'm sure they tried hard, but like there could have been. I wanted more, like more stuff in between. I get it's supposed to be a romance between two people, but I mean, it was what half the book was just them porking each other, which is fine.
Basically,
I get it, but at that point, the book is just a for Pornhub.
well, and then
At
that's
that
the
point.
thing too, though. Oh, I have hiccups. That's the thing too, though. Like in the book, his brother Zane, I think, comes by, kidnaps Luna, and yeah. So then they go and find her. Mind you, if I got kidnapped by a demon lord, I would be shitting myself. I would literally be slipping and sliding on my own feces. This bitch, not even with this man for maybe 2 hours, is already like, oh my god, he's my one true love. I'm marrying him. Guess what? Our wedding's tomorrow. Yay, I love him. Make me, like,
Yeah,
let me be happy. Like, it doesn't, no. No, honey.
yeah, and I kind of felt like that maybe the sister was going to be like, I'm kind of doing the whole sacrifice routines. Like I'm sacrificing me living back at Pleasantville for you to be happy, sort of thing. Since you always taken care of me all my life, and now the younger sister is trying to be the big sister again. Towards the big sister and being like, you know what, I'm doing this because one, if I don't, then you lose your love of your life.
Yeah.
I already had my shit together. Little sister already had her shit together. Big sister had no idea what she wanted to do. It was like, I don't know. Do I want to be a gardener? Do I want to do voodoo dolls? Well, kind of exaggerating, but you know what I mean.
I
She,
mean,
she
pretty
had no idea what she
much.
wanted to do with her life, which is, I get it. It's fine, relatable.
Well, and then that's the thing too, because the entire book, it always talks about how Luna's biggest pride possession and her biggest hobby ever is baking. That's literally all the book basically is. Anytime you see Luna, it's always about the bakery. And now she's like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I don't want to go back because I found the love of my life. Like, you've known each other for
yeah.
5 minutes, and never mind.
Well, they just use the bond as the that's the answer. Oh, it's because of the mating bond.
No.
Yeah, that's what they
And
use. Yeah.
then And then it's like we've been saying, like chapter 15 to the end, it's basically corn on the cob. Um, there is an entire scene where he also does the resand thing and he covers him and Willow with his shadows. And
Oh, at the ball?
they, in front of everyone, in the middle of the ball.
No, they were actually up against the wall. I also thought it was in the middle of the ball, but
Well, they
no,
set up
because he
against the
pushed her
wall
up against the
too.
wall. Yeah.
Well, yes,
So
but
yeah,
he still said everyone was walking around, everyone could hear.
yeah. So it kept their mouth shut by putting his hand over her mouth, and so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure
Like,
demons could just smell what's happening.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
just
too.
saying. Just saying.
Exactly. Because, I mean, and I'm pretty sure you could hear it too. It doesn't matter if, like, verbally no sound is coming out, you can hear it.
Yeah.
That was just so creepy to me. I didn't like that one bit. She was like, oh, I kind of like that. That's unique. And I'm like, no, it just, you
Maybe some
know?
benefit of the doubt. The writer probably never heard of Akatar. Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. I'm making excuses.
Well,
If that's the
okay,
case.
so here I am. I never want to say that another author copied or whatever. I'm going to say that she heavily took influence from Akatar. The only thing is, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way, and I am so sorry to sound like an asshole, but it was not done correctly. And it was just, it was very mediocre. And I feel bad for
Yeah.
saying that. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
know we don't.
There was a recipe for more.
There was. If we would have had more plot and less street corn,
You mean candy corn? Candy
I'm
corn.
oh god.
Halloween. The candy corn got me cringing because I do not like candy corn.
I love candy corn.
I cannot.
Specifically the candy pumpkins.
Ugh,
Those are my favorite.
I cannot do pumpkin stuff. I cannot. That hurt me so much. All the pumpkin. I was like, oh, too much pumpkin.
Right. Oh my god. But yeah, no.
But the character herself is a witch who's infatuated with pumpkins, and so it's like, oh, I guess she has an obsession, and she can't really do anything about it because at that point it's just how the character is, and
Right.
kind of relatable when someone likes something a lot. Obviously, they're gonna go, balls deep into it.
Literally.
Yeah.
But I know this might be early or this might be the end. I have no idea. But I mean, we both collectively agreed this book is easily a 3 stars. Like, nothing more. At all.
Yeah. I'm kind of on the same boat. I was kind of 3 stars, maybe 3.5 at the very beginning, but once I got further in, it stayed at 3, a soft 3.
Right, and that's what I was saying too, because once chapter 15 hit, I was like, you know what, 3.5 seems valid, and then 16 hit, and I'm like, 17 hit, 18 hit, I'm like, I'm sorry, it's a 3 maximum, I can't do it anymore. It's not it. And then now I'm kind of nervous on reading the second book. I wanted it because of how cute it was, but man, I don't think it's worth it.
But hey, who knows? Maybe there's a good chance that perhaps things might have gone better. Sometimes the sequel can be better than the first. And so, I mean, hey, if you guys in the comments know the book or want us to do it, we'd be more than happy to. If you give us a little comment down below.
Right. I wouldn't mind doing it.
Yeah. That, and I do like finishing things. Unless it's really bad, then obviously
oh god, yeah.
That this doesn't want it to be that bad. I more want to do the second book just to see if it got better, and maybe expansion on the world, because it would be nice. I mean, who knows? Maybe the first one was like a trial, like dip your foot in the water. Then the second one decided to kind of make us take a step or two inside the water, if that makes sense.
That is very true. So yeah, we can end up doing the second one. I am confused because on the cover of the second one, it's like they're in a wedding dress, but they're already basically, I mean, they have children at the very end.
Yeah, they have a child.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it could be, or maybe it's the sister's term.
The sister technically was already married, though, yeah?
No. Well, then, yeah, that's true. Because it was, you're right, yeah.
So I don't know.
Who knows?
But I don't know.
It could be just enter the world, maybe do like an icebreaker type thing where the characters, break off and that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they could be just other characters that were there that were just not really included in the book, in the first book, if that makes sense. Like the geeky guy. I would have liked to see him go like, okay, I'm gonna nerd this shit out, and I'm gonna try to go against the big buff daddy demon, in his game, but obviously fail at it because he's the MC of this book, so and clearly he has, plot armor.
Oh my god, yeah, I don't know. I'm just really, really disappointed. I know they always say, like, the cover of the book doesn't determine what's inside of the book, but man, this was the best cover I've ever seen. And I had so many high hopes for this book, and it just let me down so this was actually the longest it took me to read. Like, usually, so we've been doing a book a week. I mean, obviously you guys know because we have an episode every Friday. This is the one book that it actually took me almost the entire week. I finished it yesterday.
I finished this today, and I read most of it today in technicality.
Right, and I read most of it yesterday because I was like, shit, I work all day tomorrow, and when I get home, that's the podcast. So I literally had no other choice but then to finish it yesterday.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very rough read. It did not keep us entertained. At least me in general.
All the way up to 15, I was Gucci. Afterwards, it was like, I had stopped a few times, did a few things, and then went back. It's like, alright, back into it. And then more pork, and I'm like, beat it up. It's
So
fine. I get the porking. It's fine. I get it. But let's have some other substance besides that
that's yeah.
substance.
Well,
That'd be
and
great.
then so if you guys have made it through this video, and if you guys would like the list of the drinking game, um, you're probably gonna have to comment down below and or follow us on Discord, and then I will give you that list. I will give you the list to follow because I can't put it on YouTube, but at least that way y'all can
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah.
But
Make sure you're on our Discord.
unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, I personally have nothing else. There's nothing else to talk about in this book. Nothing happened. Literally
Yeah.
nothing happened.
It gets resolved very well. It gets a nice happily ever after. It felt like a rushed and sluggish story. I wish there were more.
Yes,
I'm
actually.
hoping. Yeah, you see, okay, so I'm not the one to top that.
Yes,
It
no.
was a slow book, but it felt like a rush because like towards the end, okay, everything was just resolving immediately, but so easily, which is fine. I mean, it's you very rarely see the heroes, quote unquote heroes, you know, the protagonists, you know, deal with their issue quickly and very calmly, very normally. There wasn't a need for a fight. It was just people that just accepted it. And honestly, just looking at that value was okay with me. But there has to be substance if you're gonna go with
Right.
such a simple ending. You
Well,
need
and I
to have
mean,
everything else to where like, why did they just accepting it? Just because of mating bond? Just because like, oh, maybe
exactly.
it's just because. It's like, well, there was no conflict in between. You agreed to it a little too easily. You know, you could have had a moment with your sister and be like, look, you've done, you know, I do all this because when we were young, you did so much for me, you know, and seeing you, there could have been more depth to it. If there were more depth, it would have been more satisfying, in my opinion, if that makes sense.
Right. And I mean, that's the thing though. Like how you said it's fast but sluggish. I'm pretty sure there were like 3 I just lost the word. Oh god. Like they resolved like 3 different issues in one
In like,
chapter.
in a paragraph. I don't even think
Right.
it was.
Right.
If
Not
it's like
even
a
a
book,
full
I think it was just a paragraph. They fixed it.
exactly. But that's the thing though. Like I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Jennifer. I don't mean to be an asshole. I'm wondering if she just ran out of idea. Like halfway through the book, I'm wondering if she just ran out of idea and she's like, well, shit. Like I wasted all my time writing this. Let's just wrap it up and then throw it on the shelf. Because that's what it felt like.
Yeah, the way how things just kind of closed off. That's what it felt like. Whether that was the intention or not, unfortunately, that's how it came off. Again, I hate disrespecting authors, unless you made that one book that we're not going to talk about anymore. I hate disrespecting, you know, our authors, writers, or, you know, whatever the term is. God, I'm not smart. But
Yeah.
because, you know, we
It's
all
hard.
eventually have that one thing we always wanted to write, you know, and maybe it's the first one and it didn't go so well. Granted, everyone deserves a chance. But like I said, I'm hoping for the second one.
Yeah.
It to be better. It's just there was so much opportunity for more. For me, I always like to give at least something constructive because who knows? Maybe the second book will be a much bigger smash. I'm hoping
Right.
for, you know, I'm hoping for a 4 on the next one.
Well,
But yeah, other than that, that's
yeah.
pretty much my piece. You know,
I mean,
not
yeah.
the greatest, interesting-ish concept, kind of rushed,
Could have
very
been
slow
better.
for half the book.
Yeah. Could have
But
been
yeah,
way better. But we'll pick up the second book at some point and we will go from there. But I don't know, give this book a chance. I always say just because we rate it low doesn't mean that you should take our word for it. If you do end up reading it, if you agree, let us know what you agree on. If you disagree, let us know what you disagree on because you know, don't be that person that follows just because you heard someone else do it. Just go read it, make your own judgment, and then let's talk about it, yeah?
yeah. I always look. We have our opinions. We read about it. Make your own. Give it a shot if you want to. You kind of already know what to expect. But most people who look at our podcast, I've probably already seen the book because we give out spoilers. If you haven't noticed yet, we gave spoilers.
Right.
But even then, I mean, it doesn't hurt to read the book anyways, because maybe you do want to know some of the details. Maybe you want to be like, okay, well, let's elaborate. Let's see what they really mean. And be like, okay, I see what you're saying. I was like, or maybe you have a different perspective than we do. Maybe you had a better understanding than we did that we may have missed. You never know. And
Yeah.
so we're always more than welcome to, especially in the comments or even on the next podcast, they'd be like, hey, I saw the previous video about such and such. There is this one other thing and this and that, and we'd be more than happy to communicate with you guys and talk with you.
Yeah.
Because who knows, there could be
Absolutely.
something that we've missed that could have made a 3-star review into a 3.5. You never know. Could be that extra
Exactly.
bump. And so, but definitely I'll give a book a shot. Unless it's that bad, like that one book we're not going to talk about anymore.
Yeah, we're just gonna burn it. But yeah.
I have it up in my closet right now.
We officially, and as you're seeing this, we officially have 2 weeks until Halloween. We are getting there. I cannot wait. You
Halloween is
guys,
your baby. Halloween is your
right?
baby.
And I cannot wait for y'all to see a possible surprise. But yeah, with that being said, I'm
Late
Elvish.
gas.
Okay, bye.
Oh, and I'm Aqua behind this Aqua narrative. Subscribe.
Okay, bye.
Oh, hey, look, we reached the ending. Just like the book.
Oh, I didn't stop.
Oh, God, I'm terrible.
Oh, you did not.
I did. You know what? If you keep it, I wouldn't be mad.
No, it's staying.
Perfect. I love it. That's great.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, we're still recording? I thought this was over.
No.
B-roll.